Taking part in the Nature Center's day camp program were supposed to study the forest. Instead, they learned all about the power of a tornado.
That it could do that much damage at
first
in 10 minutes.
The center says it'll try to salvage some of the trees for lumber. The rest will go for firewood. News 11 has received literally hundreds of phone calls over the weekend from viewers asking when they'll get a chance to see our spectacular tornado footage again. So we've scheduled a special report on the twister for Thursday night at 10:35. Right after our 10 o'clock newscast. Coming up next on News 11, another earthquake shakes up California.
And in London, they're getting ready for the royal wedding. We'll show you the surprise that arrived today when we return.
Excellent.
That time to watch it.
Sure, a little tea and crumpets and get up at 4:30. Set your VCR.
We'll have a repeat later on the evening news, I'm sure, or at least portions of it.
Well, it was inevitable. It had to happen. The commercialization of Friday's tornado. A couple of guys up at Spring Lake Park dropped this by this evening, one for our pilot Max Mesmer, another for photographer Tom Empey. I saw the tornado of July 18th, 1986. You can see Sky 11, and I think that's supposed to be Dorothy and Toto there. Up at Star Sports, they put these together. They have a silk screen printing shop, and they were in the path of the tornado, and they were happy to be able to do something like this. Unbelievable. Good. Obviously, I would not bringing this out if it had been a severe tornado, if there had been injuries. You know, a lot of people can look back and chuckle and laugh, but it was a miracle that it went where it went and that people were not injured and killed. And one big word of warning, do not attempt this unless you have a death wish. One of our weather spies up in Spring Lake Park captured Friday's twister on home video. He took a risk, a big risk, and I would be negligent if I did not attempt to discourage folks from doing this. You can really get yourself into serious trouble. In fact, statistics show that most tornado fatalities are from people who run into their backyards with cameras or people who run to their windows, which disintegrate as the tornado approaches. And for goodness sakes, if you're already in a shelter, a home, or store, stay put. A car is one of the worst places to be during a twister. If you live in a mobile home, you should have a designated shelter you can go to when the sirens blow. The spectacular video shot by Sky 11 pilot Max Mesmer and photographer Tom Empey showed that at times, Friday's one tornado split up into 3 to 5 miniature funnels called suction vortices, each one of these funnels packing a 200-mile-an-hour punch. To repeat, the safest place you can be during a twister is in the basement, under the stairs, or in a small windowless room on the ground floor. The more walls you can get between you and the twister, the better. Keep that in mind. A lot of people were very, very lucky during the day on Friday. Speaking of counterclockwise winds and big gusts of wind, this is the Hawaiian island chain. There is the Big Island, and here is Hurricane Estelle, a very severe, dangerous hurricane. 125 to 150 mile-an-hour winds. Estelle is drifting to the west-northwest. Forecast to slide off just to the south of the Big Island sometime Thursday morning. It should weaken as it passes over cooler water. A lot of folks in the Hawaiian island chain keeping a very nervous eye on Estelle. She is a severe hurricane, and we'll keep you posted on what happens over the next couple of days. Nothing too ominous or profound or horrendous in the forecast. A warm-up is coming. Could be a real hot torchlight parade Friday evening. Make that Wednesday evening. Earlier today in our backyard, plenty of sun, a high of 80 degrees. A low this morning of 59, no precip. Sunrise tomorrow at 5:47. It's clear and 70 out here. A southwest breeze at 8 miles an hour. The dew point 58, the humidity 66, and the pressure now on the rise. Checking Loop 11 since breakfast time, you can see one disturbance sliding off to our south. A pretty strong cold front sagging southward across Canada. Ahead of this front, some pretty big thunderstorms mushroomed. And some of our friends in central Minnesota did see a pretty gusty thunderstorm this evening. They have been dissipating over the past couple of hours. As you can see on Doppler 11, there were some showers this evening up around, St. Cloud to Alexandria, up to about Sandstone and Pine City. They sagged southward, and as the sun set, the energy for these thunderstorms dissipated, and so did the showers. Live Doppler picking up one lonely shower up around, Spooner or so. The threat of showers has diminished overnight, should just be partly cloudy and dry. A dozen record highs over the deep south, 105 in Macon and Augusta, Georgia, 102 in Atlanta. The heat continues to sizzle away. They are really in trouble over the deep south. The good news for us, tomorrow, bright, sunny, and dry, thanks to a Canadian high, and this warm front could tug temperatures up to about 90 degrees by Thursday. The 11 outlook for your backyard is coming up next.
On the leading edge of cancer research and therapy, one hospital combines complete diagnostic capabilities with the latest advances in treatments for patients with cancer.
The treatment is going very well.
That's great news. And like me, you can get help, even if all you have is a question.
Call the University of Minnesota Hospital and Clinic at 626-6000. There are a lot of good hospitals, but there is only one, you.
Considering what women are into these days, it's no wonder they need more calcium in their diet. That's why there's new Kemp's yogurt. It's as smooth and creamy as any yogurt you've tasted. Even better, it's the only yogurt with 100% of your daily calcium needs in just one 6-ounce serving. And when your body is getting enough calcium, there's no telling what you can do. New Kemp's yogurt. It's not only good to eat, it's good for your body.
The pulse quickens. The mouth waters.
No.
Words are spoken incoherently. These are the early warning signs of a Godfather's Pizza emergency.
Pizza! Godfather's
The only instant cure is Hot Slice. New from Godfather's Pizza. Fresh hot pizza by the slice in just minutes.
Oh, Godfather's Pizza!
New Hot Slice at Godfather's Pizza. What are you waiting for?
So what are you telling me?
You've got ring around the collar.
Can you believe it? A girl would tell her boyfriend he's got ring around the collar. What? Me? Ring around the collar?
Tough stains like this need whisk.
But I've got this powder.
Whisk is better. And when whisk gets that ring around the collar...
Your whole wash is clean. No more ring around the collar. Just like on TV.
No more TV.
Whisk gets ring around the collar and your whole wash clean.
Have you ever wondered what folks did for forecasts in the days before meteorologists, before computer graphics and Doppler radar? Well, they may have turned to guys like Curtis Zimmerman. Now, Kurt, as it turns out, is a professional mime. He's from Los Angeles. He's in town celebrating the Aquatennial. You can see him at the Torchlight Parade Wednesday evening. He stopped by to tell me about the heavy rains that fell over drought-plagued portions of Mississippi and parts of Alabama. 5-inch rains today, and they really need it down there, but they didn't bargain for all the hail and the lightning. Some pretty nasty storms there. Out west, of course, the big concern is wind. Yeah, plenty of wind in the Pacific. Winds possibly as high as 150 miles an hour near Estelle. Over western Canada, snow today. Over the Rockies of British Columbia, enough to ski on. Several inches of the white stuff, if you can believe that. And of course, the big problem over the southeast is heat and a lack of water. There just isn't any water for folks down there. And the heat is going to continue down there. Yeah, none of it. The heat's going to continue there for at least the next week or two. Thank you, Curtis, for dropping by the backyard. The forecast for tonight calls for partly cloudy and 59 to 64, dry. And then for tomorrow, plenty of sunshine, 82 to 87 degrees. And the forecast for Wednesday, take an umbrella for the Torchlight Parade. There is a slight chance of thunder, 90. 91 Thursday with a good chance of storms. And then a cool front comes through town from Canada, variable clouds, a drop in humidity Friday, and a high of 82 degrees. I want to thank Curtis Zimmerman for dropping by the backyard this evening. Paul, Diana, I think we forgot, like, clear air turbulence. Curtis, how about that clear air? That's a tough one.
Yeah, that is.
Can you think of any others?
No, I mentioned to you earlier, mime has never been a big act on radio, though, has it?
It's a good point.
Yeah, it just doesn't cut it. We'll see you later. So long, Curtis.
Thanks, Paul.
Bye-bye.
St. Paul firefighters traded in their trucks and